Hey, welcome back to the channel, Tea Times for Two, Golf Travel for Couples. And I'm Scott, and today we're on the island of Exuma in the Bahamas, and we're at the Sandals Emerald Bay Golf Course. We're going to rate the golf course and answer the question, is Sandals Emerald Bay Golf Course the best in the Caribbean? So stay tuned. Now, for those of you new to the channel, we rate each golf course and each golf resort based on 5 categories. The first category is the layout and the playability of the golf course for both the low handicap player and the high handicap player. The second category is the aesthetics, or the beauty of the golf course and the condition of the resort. How beautiful is your setting? How great was your walk that day? Third category is course conditions. How well maintained is the course? How good are the tee boxes, the fairways, the greens, the cart pass? Just general maintenance of the golf course and the resort itself. And the fourth category is amenities. What all does the golf course, and if it's a stay and play resort, what all amenities do they offer to the golfer and the non-golfer? And finally, the fifth category is value, or bang for your buck. How much are you getting for what the cost to play the golf course is? Okay, category one, for layout and playability. For layout, we're going to give Sandals Exuma Emerald Bay, we're going to give it 5 stars for layout. It's a terrific layout. And for playability of all levels of players, we're going to give it 3 stars. This Greg Norman design, if you can see on the scorecard behind me here, runs from about 5,100 yards from the front tees all the way back to 7,100 yards from the back tees. This is the side of the Corn Ferry Tours Bahamas Great Exuma Classic. So it's a gorgeous layout. It starts out in the kind of mangroves, marshy area, and then the trees, and then works its way out to the ocean on the Caribbean Sea there, with some pretty breathtaking holes along the sea. There aren't too many forced carries, but there's water on a lot of the holes, either on the sides when you're back in the trees, little swampy areas and little ponds. And then when you come out on the ocean, you're surrounded by water. And then there's a lot of waste areas that run the full length of holes, which make this golf course a little tougher for the higher handicap players. Really enjoyed the layout. It's one of my favorites that I've played worldwide. The holes along the ocean are well worth the price of what you pay for the golf course. But you got constant winds coming off that Caribbean that can make it really tough. So when the winds are up, it's a really difficult golf course. Category 2, aesthetics, we're going to give Sandals Emerald Bay 5 stars. I absolutely loved this layout. Every hole was gorgeous, had great views, and was in A+ shape. I can't rave about how great a shape this golf course was in when I was there. Again, it's Greg Norman design, and it runs along lagoons or ponds, kind of marshy areas as you start out through the trees, which are cool holes in and of themselves. But then when you get to 10, 11, 12, all the way through that back 9, and you're out on the Caribbean Sea and exposed, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Said the first couple of holes run through the mangroves. Number 1 is a short par 5, and then 2 is a really classy long par 3 over water. Love that golf hole. Number 3 is a medium length par 4 with a dog leg left. All of 3 of those holes are great holes. If you put them anywhere on any golf course, you're going to absolutely love those holes. But they kind of pale in comparison, get overshadowed by those holes out on the ocean, or out on the Caribbean Sea, which you'll see in just a minute. Some of our other favorite holes, number 4 and 5, they run along a water hazard on the left that can really jack your score up if you're not careful and you don't place your ball off the tee. In fact, I would say the first 7 holes, you've got to really place your golf ball. You can't just wail away on them because there's danger on both sides. Number 6, you can see here, is a great par 3, kind of like a mini replica of 17 at TPC Sawgrass with a little island green. It was a really pretty hole. But the real fun on Sandals Emerald Bay Golf Course starts on the back 9, number 10, which is a strong par 4. It has a pond or a little lagoon running down the whole left side as you come up on the marina, as you get toward the green. Number 11 will be your first peek at the Caribbean on the marina side over there. It's a short par 3, big elevation change on it. with the bay on the right, the green and the waist area short and left. And you can see the Sandals Resort off to your right there where we stayed. A beautiful beach. Emerald Bay is absolutely gorgeous. The water's like a swimming pool. And I'll let Cheryl talk about the resort here in a little bit. 13, beautiful par 3, downhill, short par 3 with the Caribbean on your left. Absolutely loved it. In fact, the pro was filming a video from that hole when I came through. 14 might be my favorite hole. It's a drivable short par 4. Caribbean running down the left, and the green kind of sits out on a peninsula, and it's just totally exposed to the winds coming in. So if that wind's coming in off of the ocean there, you're not going to be able to drive it, but it makes you guess on what that club is coming in, even though it's going to be a wedge or short iron coming in. It really plays havoc on club selection there. 15 is a 3-shot par 5 with Emerald Bay running down your left side there, and you can see the Sandals Resort off in the distance there. Runs the entire length of the hole, so you people that draw the ball, you've got the houses on the right, which is OB, and then you've got Emerald Bay there on your left. So it's a terrific 3-shot par 5. 16, again, running along that same Emerald Bay there. Short dog leg left, par 4. You can see the Sandals Resort off in the distance. This was a really cool hole. This one, I like. 14, 16 were probably my favorites on the whole golf course. 17 and 18 are really a strong finish. On the back side there, you start out by the marina and a pond that frames number 10 as well. And you finish back up by the clubhouse, which really is just, I don't know, maybe 50 yards from our room at the Sandals Resort. So it's really close. Category 3, course conditions. We're going to give Sandals Emerald Bay 5 stars. We were there the first week of July, and the course was in superb shape. I cannot tell you how great a shape this golf course was in while we were there. The tees, the fairways, and the greens are all paspalum grass, and if you've seen our other videos, you know how much I enjoy playing off that. It's a seaside grass that's resistant to that salt water that gets in the air, and it's terrific to play off of, especially here. It was literally like playing off of a real fine hitting mat all day long. It was beautiful, and the greens rolled great, very smooth. It was just a terrific shape while I was there. And I played all over the world, and these conditions when we were there were some of the best I've played in. It was just immaculate and well maintained, as you can see on our pictures there, and I thoroughly enjoyed all 3 rounds that we played there. Absolutely recommend this one. Course conditions, 5 stars. Category 4, amenities. For the Sandals Resort, we'll give 4 stars, but for the golf course itself, only 2 stars. They had a fully stocked pro shop, which literally, like I said, 50 yards from our room. You really walked out of the parking lot and you were right there at the pro shop. But there wasn't anything else as far as amenities while we played it on the course itself. So amenities you're going to get is if you're staying at the Sandals Resort, which you don't have to be to play the golf course, but it's quite an amazing value if you are staying at the resort. As far as the resort goes, I'll let Cheryl talk more about it here in a little bit, but the infinity pool was terrific, and you can see on the videos here, and the beach was one of the best beaches we've been to. It's probably one of Cheryl's favorites. I mean, white sand, pristine. The water was like a swimming pool, nice and warm, and you could literally see just forever in it. And it was kind of protected in that bay. So while we were there, it was very smooth and very calm. In fact, we took the catamarans out and the kayaks pretty much every day we were there. So to me, when we've been to Sandals all over, this one looked kind of tired while we were there. It wasn't as nice as resort wise as the others. It has the same restaurants or similar restaurants that you get at the other Sandals resorts. Same spa experience and all of that. So it's very similar. Just the rooms were older. Category 5, value. Well, as far as the golf goes, if you're staying at the Sandals Resort, it only costs you $50 for a cart fee. And that's 1 or 2 people. So if you play by yourself, it's going to cost you $50. And if you play with somebody else, it's just $50. So I played 3 times the week we were there, and it cost me $150 total. So it's an amazing value if you're staying at the resort. Now, the resort's not cheap. In fact, since we went, it's almost, it is double of what it cost us to go there. The room that we stayed in now, which was a Butler Ocean View room, is outrageous. It's over $10,000 now for that. So value now isn't there. If you're not staying on the resort, I believe last time I checked, green fees, and I'll put them up here on the screen, were $175. So even that, it's a pretty good value considering the quality of golf course you get, and those holes 10 through 16 out on the ocean, amazing. So yeah, I would pay $175 again and again and again to play this one. In fact, if we ever go back to Exuma, we'll probably just get an Airbnb and then pay to play that golf course because it was so good. Okay, recap or an overall score for Sandals Emerald Bay. I'm going to give it 5 stars because, again, I absolutely love the golf course. It's a terrific layout. It was in awesome shape while we were there. I literally had the golf course to myself. I got one of the first tee times, or I did get the first tee time a couple of times. Literally, I saw a couple other couples while I was there, and that was it. I saw people in the afternoon out playing when we were sitting at the beach, but in the morning, I just zipped around in a couple of hours. So it was terrific. The winds and the water pretty much on every hole can make it harder for high handicap players, and it can cause those scores to go up, especially if it's, I paid it, or again, I played it for $50 because I was staying at the Sandals Resort, which is still the same cost there, which is a terrific value, except now Sandals is charging so much for that particular resort. It's crazy. So Cheryl hadn't taken up the game yet while we were there. So I'm going to let her talk in just a minute about what she thought about the resort and kind of give you a heads up. Those of you that do Sandals or Excellence like we prefer, or Secrets, let you know kind of what to expect here. But I know this was her favorite beach. So to answer the question we posed at the beginning of the video, is Sandals Emerald Bay the best in the Caribbean? Well, it's my favorite in the courses that we played in the Dominican Republic and Curacao and the Bahamas. But I haven't played Punta Espada in the Dominican, and I haven't played Casa de Campo there, or El Camaleon in Mayacoba, which definitely on our list. We're going to hit the Dominican again or go to Mexico again this summer, so I can rate those for you. But as far as the ones I've played, and for the price and the condition, is definitely, I think it's one of the best in the Caribbean. It's the best I've played by far. Here. All right. Since Cheryl wasn't playing when we stayed at Sandals Emerald Bay, I thought it would be good if she would tell you a little bit about the resort or what her opinions of the resort were. As a background, we stayed at Sandals, St. Lucia, and Barbados, and Grenada, and this one on Exuma in the Bahamas. So I think that's all of them. We stayed at a couple of Excellence resorts, which we prefer. Haven't done Secrets yet, but we're going to hit those, I think, this summer. So what did you think about Sandals Emerald Bay?
It was my favorite of all the Sandals as far as the beach goes. So the water there is just amazing. The beach is, the water is very swimmable, clear, sea to the bottom. So you can do, if you like water sports and activities, that's the place you want to go because it is just absolutely gorgeous. And you can, kayak, you can snorkel, you can do just
catamaran.
Catamaran, just about everything right off the water. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. Exuma itself, like as far as if you get off the resort, we did do a tour to go see I wanted to see the swimming pigs because they make it sound really beautiful, and there's sweet little pigs, and you're going to get to swim with the pigs. And,
I grew up on a farm. She didn't.
It was okay. I still think everybody should do it because you take this tour out to a sandbar. There's a sandbar that you get to visit. There's iguanas. There's pigs, but the pigs, they're not as friendly as you would think. They're not. I don't know. You might put some pictures up.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. You went swimming with sharks.
Yeah. So it was that excursion was pretty cool. But the pigs, just be prepared. They're not nice, and they're dirty.
Right. So you like the beach?
Yeah.
The infinity pool was nice.
I love the beach. I love the infinity pool. The hotel part itself is older than the other Sandals, so it's just a little older. Nothing wrong with it.
In fact, this was the hotel. This was the resort where those people died from carbon monoxide.
That's right. That was after we went, which was a little concerning. I'm glad we made it out okay. But yeah, I mean, I remember when we heard that story, we're like, well, yeah, it was a pretty old hotel, and we did have a little trouble with our air conditioning one night. Remember, you got upset because it didn't work, but they fixed it right away.
Butler wasn't as good as the Butlers
The
and the
Butler
other
was
ones.
not quite as good. Yeah, we had a just amazing service in St. Lucia
Oh,
and
it was the
Grenada.
best.
And
Yeah.
so, but if I'm rating where I want to spend my day at the beach, that would be my top choice.
Oh,
for,
Curacao. We forgot we said it won at Curacao
oh yeah,
too.
Curacao.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that wasn't our favorite either. But they didn't have a swimmable beach. So, as far as the other ones we've stayed at, you could get in the water, but it wasn't. You couldn't just hang out in the water like this. You could just be out there. You can float, and
Well, we spent all day out there after we got off the golf course.
and it's just beautiful. And they have a couple of pools. Like they have the
mini
huge
pools.
party pool that's just right behind the beach, kind of.
Really pretty
there.
cool. Swim up
Yeah.
bar right there, right on the beach. So it was really nice.
And I enjoyed the all of the food there. It's great.
It's same restaurants pretty
Yeah.
much as all the other
But
sandals.
yeah, I mean, it was all good.
Once you've been to one, yeah.
I enjoyed it. So I was trying to think what else we did there. I'm sad that I wasn't playing golf because I would love to go back there and play that course, and hopefully we can. I don't know. Would we stay at the same resort? Probably
No.
not. Because
Now it's almost double the price. Now it's over
Yeah.
for the same room we had. It's almost $11,000 now for the same week, and
Yeah.
it's like,
I wouldn't.
why? And we can get an Airbnb on the beach in Exuma and play the golf course for $175. So.
Yeah. In fact, I think that same beach you saw, there were some condos and things right down at the end.
Yeah,
Or we
yeah.
saw,
There's
we saw a
Airbnb.
dolphin down there
Yeah.
playing with, like, literally off of the shore, and some kids were out there, and
Right
that
off
was
the
way
golf
down
course.
the beach. Yeah.
Hole 16, right off hole 16 there. Yeah.
Yeah. You actually, when we went in the what did we get in the?
We had
canoe or
kayaks, and we did
We
the.
saw lots of golf balls in the water.
Well, one of them was mine.
Yeah. Remember, if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe below. That way we can keep providing more content to couples like us who love to play golf and travel.
And stay tuned next week for our new series where we're going to go to Las Vegas and Sin City and rate a couple of golf courses on our trip there. And please check out our other series from the Dominican and Bandon Dunes and Cabo and this series on the Caribbean. So we'll hope to see you out there on the golf course someday. Until the next time.